Johnny Depp speaks about the Yulia Vlasova, a rare glimpse into his emotions. Johnny Depp, the man who has spent more of the 4 decades behind the Hollywood's shimmering curtain, is not actually one to open the doors of his private life. His career has always been defined by the mystery, eccentric roles, and an aura of a man who lives outside the mainstream rhythm. Yet, when it comes to the matters of his heart, fans know that Johnny Depp's vulnerability shines brighter than any movie spotlight. Recently, whispers about his closeness to the Yulia Vlasova, an enigmatic woman who has stepped into his life, have turned into the thunder. And for the first time, Johnny Depp has spoken about his emotions for her, his fears, and his undeniable affection. A surprising connection for those who have followed Johnny Depp's history. It comes a little surprise that his life love has always been complicated. From the whirlwind romances with the Hollywood stars to the dramatic separations that becomes the public trials that the actor that has lived through the both the adoration and the heartbreak when the Yulia Vlasova entered his orbit. It seems different. Unlike the well-known names in the Depp's past, Yulia has remained the mysterious to the world. She is not the figure from the Hollywood. She is not someone who thrives under the spotlight. Instead, she carries a quiet glare and the grace that kind that Johnny Depp himself has always gravitated toward. Speaking about her, Johnny revealed, sometimes the people who change your life are the ones who don't come with the noise. They don't need the lights, they simply walk into your heart and remind you what it feels like the human again. That sentence alone captured the essence of why Yulia means to so much to him. Healing after the storm. Depp's last decade was the turbulent. Court battles, public scrutiny, endless headlines, even for a man of his resilience. The emotional weight was crushing. He confessed that he had almost given up the idea of finding any kind of the peace in the relationship. I was not searching anymore, Depp said candidly. I I told myself love is something I had already used up, like a candle that burned too quickly. Then the Yulia appeared and she did not ask for anything except the honesty. Those words painted a portrait of a man exhausted by the chaos, but the surprised by the gentle presence of someone who saw him not a movie star but a flawed human being. Yulia is in his eyes has become a healer, someone who accepts both his brilliance and his cares. Emotional vulnerability that what makes his relationship so unique is the depth's own willingness to reveal his vulnerable side. For the years he built the walls to protect himself from the further heartbreak, yet Yuliva's presence has slowly dismantled him. When she looks at me, Johnny explained, it's as she's the boy I used to be before all of this, not the actor, not the character, not the man carrying the lawsuits and the headlines. She sees me, and that's terrifying, but it's also the most beautiful gift anyone could give. Those close to the depth describe that how he lights up when Yulia is around. He has been spotted simply more engaging in the music sessions with the renewed energy and even allowing himself moments of the stillness, something rare in his restless word. Love without the labels. Despite growing speculation, Depth insists he is not rushing to the label the relationship. I don't want to be put in the box, he admitted. Whatever this is, it feels real. And real things don't need the definitions all the time. They just exist, they make your breathe easier. For the fans who have seen him through the heartbreak and the struggle, These words suggest that Johnny Depp has finally found a companion who offers the simplicity instead of the drama. Yulia seems to ground him, reminding him that love can exist in the quiet gestures, the touch of a hand, the comfort of the shared silence, the laughter over the small absurdities. Facing his fears, Depp has also been honest been because after about the fear that comes with the loving again. He knows better than anyone that emotions are fragile, and the fame often complicates the intimacy. I am afraid, he confessed, because when you are care about someone deeply, you give them the power to break you. But I also know that living without risking your heart is not living at all. This confession resonates with the many who understand the duality of the love, the joy it brings, and the pain it risks. Death's bravery lies not in the pretending to be fearless, but in admitting his vulnerability while still embracing the possibility of the love. Yulia's influence, although the Yulia remains largely private, those around the actor notice her influence. Friends of the Depp remark that she encourages him to focus on his passions, painting, music, writing, reminding him of the creativity that defined him long before the Hollywoods turned him into an icon. She has helped him reconnect with his softer side, inspiring him to live in the most moment rather than in the echoes of the past disappointments. For the Deb, Yulia's presence is like a melody in the noisy world. He describes her as someone who knows how to quiet without making the silence heavy, a rare trait that depth treasures in an industry built on the constant chatter. The public's reaction, naturally, the revelation about the depth's emotions for the Yuliva has sent fans into the frenzy. Many sees that this is a sign of the rebirth of the actor, a man who has endured more than his share of the heartbreak and the criticism. Social media is filled with the supportive messages, with the fans expressing happiness that their idol has finally found someone who seems to cherish him beyond the glitz of the stardom. Yet, the Depp has made it clear that he does not want this story to turn into the spectacle. Love is not a performance, he emphasized. It's not a headline, it's the way someone makes your heart feel safe again. That's all. I hope future Johnny Depp has stepped into the new chapter. One thing is certain: Yulia Vlasova has given him the something he touched he had lost. Whether their relationship deepens into the something long term or simply remains a tired chapter, it has already left a profound mark on him. I have lived through the shadows, Depp said softly, but Yulia has shown me that even in the darkest rooms, one gentle light can make you believe again. For a man whose career has been about the embodying characters, this moment stands out because it's not the scripted, it's the acted. It is not acted, it is real. And for the Johnny Depp, that reality is worth more than any role he could ever play. So guys, if you find this video as good, then you have to subscribe my channel, and I wish you best of luck.